everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily Travel, your favourite travel show about Poland, the region and the world. We travel when we can, and when we can't travel, we chat about travel. And with the pandemic and various other things, we're in chat mode at the moment. And I'm delighted to be able to chat with our regular host, Will Richardson, who is, even as we speak, at the other side of the Atlantic. Will, how are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm very well. Hay is for horses, by the way. Hello.
Hay is for horses. All right, hello. Yes, fine. And also delighted to have with us once again our resident expert on film, travel, in fact, almost anything of an intellectual bent. It's Harold von Kursk from Tallinn in Estonia. Harold, lovely to have you with us once again.
Good to be with you, gentlemen.
Good. Well,
Harold,
in the last episode we were talking, Will was beginning to, and Harold, you were sharing us some of your hotel room hacks. But I feel we hadn't really exhausted this very important topic.
Well, there's so many. One I think is very useful is to carry with you a pocket flashlight.
Yes.
Which you obviously, just keep in your carry-on bag. It doesn't attract the attention of the security people too much, because sometimes you're in situations where you're looking for things, and I always find it's a good idea to have a little pocket flashlight.
That's a very good piece of advice, actually.
keep it on the bedside table. Very good idea.
Yeah.
I carry one with me as well in my shaving kit.
And of course, if you have a good smartphone, usually the flashlight function gives you enough light that you can, see
so you
things.
You can find your real flashlight.
Yes, you can find your other flashlight.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
I mean, what other little gadgets do you normally take with you?
You take gadgets with you? I always take if I'm checking bags, I would take a power drill just in case I need to rearrange the pictures in the room. But if regular stuff, I don't know. Do you take anything particularly interesting with you, Harold, besides the flashlight?
Just the usual stuff. My MacBook Pro, one good writing pad, at least 2 or 3 pens, because I usually wind up losing one on a trip, and maybe a good book to read. Although I find usually when I'm traveling, it's usually short-haul flights, and it's just wasted space and extra weight to carry a book around. And
yeah,
so,
you can read books on your computer. It's not quite the same, but you can.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. I find
your eyes,
the pleasure of actually, leafing through a book is stupendous, just as it is sitting at a cafe and actually reading a physical newspaper, an art form which, of course, is lost on the woke millennial generation.
Indeed. No, that is one of the great pleasures of travel, isn't it? Going somewhere with your newspaper, having a coffee, and just letting watching the world go by and soaking up the atmosphere of the place in which you happen to be.
Nicholas,
yeah.
What's your newspaper of choice when you're traveling?
Well, I read. Although I have an electronic subscription, but I like to read the Times, and I like to tackle the crossword as well in the Times.
Yes, I'm a fanatic about doing the New York Times crossword puzzle. I've been doing it every day, I think, for 25 years, and it's just a great pastime. It clears the head, and you just focus on it. And apparently, it's a good brain drill.
Yes, it is. It is a good brain drill. Will, do you have a favourite newspaper when you're travelling?
Well, I try to read. It depends on where you are, right? But
yeah.
If you're coming through London, for example, then I will get what's available. It's usually the Times, the Telegraph. I would read one of the tabloids as well, whatever's on offer, even if it's the Sun, the Daily Mail, something like that. I get a pile of them. And then one of the business papers, whether it's Financial Times or the Wall Street Journal. So I just get a handful and go through them. I agree that reading a newspaper is really, especially since I used to write a lot for the newspapers when they really were flourishing, up until, say, 15 years ago.
I think my ultimate travel hack is when, if I do have a business class ticket, or if I don't, if I use one of my special credit cards, I can usually get in to a business class lounge, and there you have free newspapers and magazines. So I usually come away with the Financial Times, New York Times, Der Spiegel, and other magazines, which cost sometimes, 7, 8, 9 euros. And I just take the whole chunk of stuff with me on board the plane. So I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, the business lounge is a great place to pick up reading material. That's true. Well said. Yeah.
In fact,
usually it's very easy to sneak in. If you see two people standing in front of the gatekeeper in the lounge, just wait till her attention is focused on those people, and you just walk in blithely.
Yes, well,
that's also a very good travel hack. That's a guerrilla traveler hack.
That's a guerrilla traveler hack.
Yeah. Hey. I remembered something that I take with me, Harold and Nicholas. I take a speaker with me because I find the speaker just makes the experience of using the computer so much better if you're using YouTube, which I like to, obviously. So I use a speaker, but sometimes, and it's also good for amplifying your phone if you're using your phone for, longer conversations. And but what happens if you forget the speaker? I got a hack for you. You want to hear it?
What? The hack will have to wait, because one thing we should take with us is a clock, because we're always running out of time. There we are. It's happened again. We've run out of time as we're talking about useful travel hacks. Don't despair. We'll be back next time on Poland Daily Travel, and we hope to have you with us as we discuss travel in all its manifestations. Thank you for watching.